Hello there, let us dive into some YouTube history. When I was 7, Ned made me the warden of our lunatic asylum, called the Funny Farm. In the beginning that was very exciting. Here are a few videos about who we have locked up now.
We just found this video of Josh Foyerstone. Let's see what he has to say, okay?
Guys, what's up? Josh Foyerstone here. You know, I normally don't even take time to address what haters say about me, but I thought that this would give me an opportunity to actually prove a very powerful point.
Wow, if he turned his phone 90 degrees, only for filming this must be serious.
You know, there's a highly edited video, totally taken out of context. It's going around about me saying that I encourage violence.
Seriously edited video? Let me see if I can find it.
Because I'm pro-life, in regards to what just took place at Planned Parenthood. Wrong. Let me first of all say that I'm pro-life, which means I'm pro all life, human life, period, no matter who it is.
Shut up for a moment, Josh. I found it. Let's take a look at how edited this video really is.
Planned Parenthood has hunted down millions and millions of little innocent babies, stuck a knife into the uterus, cut them, pulled them out, crushed their skull with forceps, ripped their body apart, sold their tissue, and threw them bleeding into a trash bin. I say tonight, we punish Planned Parenthood. I think it's time that abortion doctors should have to run and hide and be afraid for their life.
This looks not to have been edited at all. You are a liar, and even though I am only 7 years old, I know the way you tell how abortions happen is not how it works in reality. But let's continue.
But let me say this, you know, the video, before it was edited,
there was no editing in this clip, none whatsoever. Your idiocy was pretty clear.
Wrong. Let me first of all say that I'm pro-life, which means I'm pro all life, human life, period, no matter who it is. But let me say this, you know, the video, before it was edited,
stop repeating your lies. It was not edited.
Actually pointed out the irony of how Cecil the lion, you guys remember the lion that was shot by the dentist? Remember how people were calling for his death? They were calling for him to be executed over a lion. The man was hiding in fear of his life. And I simply pointed out the irony. The irony that abortion doctors, such as those at Planned Parenthood, they don't go to work in fear for their life, and yet they're killing little human beings.
I really had enough of your lies. Let's walk through the original video, step by step.
Planned Parenthood has hunted down millions and millions of little innocent babies.
Lie number 1, Planned Parenthood does not hunt anything or anyone.
Stuck a knife into the uterus.
A knife in the uterus. Holy crap. What a perverted sadist are you, to come up with such disgusting bullshit.
Cut them, pulled them out, crushed their skull with forceps.
What a load of crap. A fetus of a few weeks is only a few millimeters at the most, and does not yet even have a skull, you dimwit.
Ripped their body apart, sold their tissue, and threw them bleeding into a trash bin.
Have you seen too many slasher movies?
I say tonight, we punish Planned Parenthood.
Ah, and here comes the call for violence.
I think it's time that abortion doctors should have to run and hide and be afraid for their life. And be afraid for their life. And be afraid for their life.
You babbling psychopath, and you say that this is not a call for violence against abortion doctors? Did you notice the drums that are becoming louder and louder? The nice men in white coats are coming for you.
Josh Flintstone was a real character alright, but this one is also a special nutcase.
First, I have to admit, I wondered if it could be this guy, Kirk Cameron, the cute but simple-minded sidekick of Banana Man Ray Comfort. It must be that they're sharing the same limited brain size, and the same last name that confused me at first. Our next inmate for the Funny Farm is not Kirk, but Paul Cameron, his father, so sharing the same pea-brain size is not a miracle after all. Of course, none of both gave their permission to actually lend us their brains to measure it, so we had to make this mock-up using spaghetti to give the viewer an idea of the stupidity you are about to witness. So fasten your seatbelts.
We're facing a demographic crunch, so here's what we recommend. 1. Change the tax system. If you have 2 or 3 kids and you're married, you should pay no taxes.
Ah, you want to subsidize the people in a country with the highest government debt, huge unemployment, fast-growing poverty, to start popping out more children, which only face the things I just mentioned, right?
When those kids leave, back to paying taxes. But as long as you're raising children, no taxes for you.
Huh? You say married people. How about single moms who struggle to make ends meet financially? It is not for them, and of course you mean married Christians, right?
You're assuring the future, and so your kids are going to have to be working to support all the cohort that is now getting older.
Yeah, I get it. Like in third world countries where parents are having lots of children to support them later also don't pay taxes. Aren't that the same countries where people in the first place have no money to pay taxes over? The countries where these people just die of famine with their children?
So that creates a tax incentive for people to have children and stay home maybe and raise them.
Isn't that what I just said?
Yes, but let's give it more than just that. Let's change the voting system.
Ah, there is more?
One citizen, one vote. That's fine. Let's keep that. But let's do this. Let's change how politicians think. Let's give every parent their vote as a citizen, plus one vote for each child that they have. That means a couple with, say, 3 children will have 8 votes.
Okay, let me get this straight. This is a family as you see them, married Christian parents with 6 children. Oops, there's number 7. In the normal situation, this family has 2 votes until the children reach voting age. But now as you want it, the parents get the vote of the children. Since there are 2 parents, this will come to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 votes.
That means a couple with, say, 3 children will have 8 votes. And if you're a single guy, you'll have a vote too. But let's change the politics of it so that politicians will suddenly say, I want to be family friendly because I want to come back to Washington. I want to have all the status and power and money and blah, 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 blah.
I guess you're a WASP, a so-called WASP, a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, and also a conservative, am I right? You are also incredibly stupid. You people have so much against non-Protestants, immigrants, Hispanics, African Americans and all that isn't exactly Christian like you. You do anything to limit their voting rights wherever you can to get rid of them in politics. Did you ever think about which population groups have the largest families? They are the immigrants, Hispanics, African Americans and the same people not exactly like you. For your goal, this plan is insane because it will totally eradicate the conservatives and Republicans from politics. Do you really think that the people you just gave so much voting power would vote for your kind? Who are you kidding? However, so far you have only shown that you are a dumbass idiot. And here's your sign. Wear it proud. But now, let's see what makes you fit for the lunatic asylum. How about homosexuals, yes?
One must understand that those who act on their homosexual desires or interests usually end up being parasites on society.
Huh? Excuse me?
And parasites that are very dangerous for society. Not only because they take far more than they contribute to society, but they particularly injure children. And many societies have looked at the injury that homosexual molestation or rape does to children and have decreed the death penalty for such.
I think I hear the drums of the men in the white coats.
I have no particular, nor my colleagues, any particular stance on this, except to say this is not an unreasonable thing, especially when you consider, as we are looking right now, at news reports all across the world regarding what those with homosexual interests have done to children. Some have molested, raped, however you wish to put it, 20 or more.
The following woman thought she could command tornadoes.
Guess what? In good old Texas, we have found another religious nutbag. At least 11 people died when tornadoes plowed through North Texas on the night after Christmas. At least 8 of them were killed when a tornado picked their vehicles off the highway east of Dallas. Now listen to this radio fragment.
In a nearby Rowlett suburb, Sabrina Lowe says she was luckier because of her faith. 10 relatives were at her home when the tornado threatened.
We actually went outside and started commanding the winds because God had given us authority over the winds, the airways, and we just began to command this storm not to hit our area. We spoke to the storm and said, go to unpopulated places. It did exactly what we said to do because God gave us the authority to do that.
Others weren't so lucky or blessed. Officials say as many as 1,000 North Texas homes were damaged or destroyed.
And here we have Sabrina Lowe, commander of tornadoes. However, we cannot find her actual picture, and with this artist impression, the nice men in white coats are not able to locate this woman to cure her religious insanity. But rest assured, in our funny farm there will always be a place for her, and religiously insane people in general.
But after we brought in Steve Shives, Anita Sarkeesian, Kent Havind, and some other weirdo, the job at the funny farm got a little boring. But there is a light at the tunnel. We are now searching for the schooly-eyed smiley face, calling himself Expat Taffy.
In the footpad of Buzz Aldrin's Lem, we've got a wee little pink flamingo. And he haven't got a spacesuit on. Now what's he doing up on the moon? Idiot?
It seems that, according to Taffy, flamingos live underground and this came up to bite in the boot of the spacesuit. Or is this just a top of the foot part of the boot? You decide. We are already working on a video debunking all of his delusions, but we would like his own comment. Therefore I ask, can anyone forward this video to him, if only to send notice so he knows what he can expect? And we can need some new costumers so we can get the electricity back on, so patients don't need to wait for a thunderstorm for getting their electroshock treatment. Hello. I am Ivy, and this is my place. I also host the Dutch Heretic channel, where we do all kind of goofy stuff. If you like what we do, and want to support us, please click that like and subscribe thingy and don't forget to ring that bell. We also have a Patreon account, in case you really love us. It is all in the description box below, and I hope to see you next time.